hotly anticipated sequel to the classic live-action animation hybrid, Space Jam. Two of the best animation studios in the world, ILM and Cinesite, found themselves in a tough spot. While the majority of the movie follows LeBron James and the rest of the Toon Squad as they go toe-to-toe with Don Cheadle and his team of monsters, in one scene, Warner Brothers added a whole wash of classic movie and TV characters, including Fred Flintstone, the Iron Giant, and King Kong. All of them arrive in the scene in a one-take format with multiple characters in the foreground, midground, and background as the camera pans. But to pull off this scene and the one-shot take proved to be a massive challenge, and to add all of these characters into the shot and make it all look seamless required a huge amount of work. In total, the shot took the studios hundreds upon hundreds of man-hours, which all in all ended up taking a whole year to complete, which is a century in filmmaking terms, especially when you have a set budget. But with the Space Jam sequel looking to push the boundaries of technology and visual effects, just like its predecessor did, they wanted to make the scene as eye-popping and as visually impressive as possible. And it's safe to say that they did just that, with their efforts paying off tenfold. In total, though, this is just one example of the amazing amount of work and cutting-edge technology that went into the making of Space Jam: A New Legacy as it drove its way to becoming a modern classic. So, in this video, we're going to take a look behind the scenes of the movie to see just exactly how they pulled it off. How they not only once again created a live-action animation hybrid where real people interact with animated characters seamlessly and realistically, but how they also managed to be pioneers for the film industry and how they created technology specifically for this movie alone. Technology that will likely be used by a slew of other movies to come. We will also take a look at how the movie not only pays tribute to the classic look of the Looney Tunes, but how they managed to update the characters and create a 2D world inside a three-dimensional one. How the use of motion capture and three-dimensional scanning made for super realistic movements, ones that emulate some of the biggest stars in the sporting world. How the movie's star, LeBron James, inspired the plucky underdog story the movie is about, and all in all, how the movie came to be. This is how Space Jam: A New Legacy created a brand new classic. Seeing as the original Space Jam made over $250 million at the box office and over $1.2 billion in merchandising sales, it is no wonder that Warner Brothers were eager to create a sequel. A sequel for the original movie had actually been planned as early as 1996, shortly after its release, and would have seen the original star, Michael Jordan, and the Toon Squad go up against a brand new alien villain by the name of Berserko. The sequel came very close to being made, going through the early development process, with director Joe Pytka set to return and Mel Brooks attached to voice the role of Berserko. However, the production ran into one huge, 6'4" to be exact, size problem. Michael Jordan was unwilling to return. Although he enjoyed filming the original movie, he found some of the mandatory obligations that came with starring in a massive blockbuster movie, well, tiring, and so rejected the chance to appear in a sequel. However, if rumor is to be believed, producers pretended that MJ had actually signed on so they could keep development going, but once this ruse was found out, Warner Brothers quickly lost interest in creating a sequel without the basketball icon and decided to place it on the shelf indefinitely. But seeing as Space Jam was such a success, that didn't mean it died down entirely, and they still looked for other potential ways to keep the franchise going. Among the potential ideas pitched was an idea called Spy Jam, which would have starred Jackie